Well, welcome to today's podcast. I'm sitting here with the famous Lex Strauss from Lex Strauss Safaris. This is going to be an interesting podcast today. We're going to have a bit of a chat on buffalo hunting. So, Alex, welcome. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
We've been wanting to do something like this for a long time.
Yeah, no, we have. So to get started today, tell us more about you. Where did you get started?
Okay. I was born in Johannesburg and went to school in a little town in South Africa called Bloemfontein in the Free State. And when I was done with school, I left school early and I went into a couple of ventures. You know, I'd been hunting my whole life as a meat hunter, and I tried a couple of things after school and it wasn't for me. And then I went on to do a game ranger course. That was in 2008. And after that, I went on I did my PH course with David Sutherland in Limpopo. I think that was in 2010, if I remember correctly. 2011, when I was 21. Back then you had to be 21. And after that, I went and managed a couple of game farms, breeding operations, did a little bit of hunting, nothing serious. From around 2015, I started hunting for a bunch of well-known outfitters and learning the business. And that's when I realized this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. At that time, I was running a couple of small franchised restaurants, my wife and I. And in 2022, that October, someone offered to buy them from me, and I said yes, and that's when we started going flat out into the hunting. We were doing a lot of hunts part-time in between our normal lives and running the restaurants, and then once we sold the restaurants, we went full-time into hunting. I bought the ranch out here last year. We started with 3,000 acres, and we've just acquired another 4,000 acres now, bringing us just short of 7,000. And we've got 35 different species out here, species and color variants. We've got all the different impalas, all the different westbuck, the different springbuck, the different wildebeest. We've got 3 types of game spuck. So there's a lot of interesting things out here. And of course, we've got nice buffalo. We've introduced beautiful herds of buffalo out here, good genetics. And our goal is to be self-sustaining in the next 5 to 7 years. And that's what we're working towards now.
That's a beautiful place you've got here. I mean, we've been here now for 2 days. It's fantastic. You're really upgrading a lot here. I mean, these used to be cattle farms.
Yep.
And you've now converted this into wildlife.
Correct. Yeah. So the first 2,000 acres, which is where we are now, this was a game farm when we bought it. And then we acquired cattle ranches around us. I mean, we went to one of my other farms the day before yesterday. We have got a fencing team of 25 guys now fencing in that big piece, that 4,000 acre piece. So we're excited to get that incorporated and start hunting here. We've done very light hunting here this past season, and from next year we'll be focusing most of our energy here.
Well, I mean, you blew up quite quickly. I know when you started, we started together with the filming, and your company's expanded exponentially. Very fast. You're very active on social media.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not every day you get to see the guys. Yeah, everyone goes to the shows, and you got to do that for 8 years to build a name. And here comes Mr. Strauss, and he just blows everybody out of the water with his tactics, and it works. And I mean, from where you started to what you have now here behind us, good on you. I mean, fantastic.
Thank you. We've worked. Look, it's been a tough road. We've worked really hard, and I think we've been very lucky. It was a time when, after COVID, when game was very cheap, and I was buying game or managing to get game on farms for very cheap. and advertising them at good prices. The game has changed now. The stuff has become expensive, and it's expensive. It's an expensive hobby. Hunting is an expensive hobby. But we were lucky. With hard work, God's grace and luck, we made it happen. And we're very thankful for the business that we've been able to grow. It's been a dream of mine since I was a kid. And I was always told, you need to go to the shows for 5 to 8 years. Well, I haven't done a show in the US yet. We'll be going over this year for the first time to do shows. We've done a whole bunch of meet and greets, and they've been quite successful. And then, of course, the social media, that's worked for us. It's hard work because you've got to be active all the time. You know, you can't take a week off from advertising on social media. You've got to be in guys' faces. You've got to offer nice deals. You've got to have pictures. You've got to have updates. It's a story that people follow. It's like following an adventure book. And yeah, it's worked really well for us.
Yeah. I mean, talking about the social media, I'd like to talk to you about the value of having your hunts filmed. Because we've been filming for you now for 3 years, and you film every hunt. Regardless of if a client wants a personal home movie, you are adamant. Every hunt gets filmed, every hunt gets produced. So for you as an outfitter, what is the value to you of the content that we provide? Why do you do that?
Well, most, I think, you know, if you take the costs of filming in relation to a big safari, it's very little. It's a very small percentage of the safari. And the guys get to relive those moments forever. You never know when something exciting is going to happen. You know, that brings me back to one situation this year where a very close friend of mine and client of mine, he hunts a lot of buffalo with me. We hunt 4 or 5 bulls every year. And normally we film his hunts. And this year, for some reason, we decided not to film that hunt. And a buffalo charged us and we shot the buffalo at 3 yards. You know, and when things like that happen to me, then I think we should have filmed that.
Yeah.
Because like you say, you never know what can happen, and it's very exciting to relive those moments. Whenever I go to the US and go do my meet and greets, every place that I go to, they got their little video on the screen, and all the guys that are there can see, and we explain and this and that, and it's been very valuable to my business for advertising. You know, I can't go without my filming, and sometimes a client might not want a video of that hunt, and I take the costs on myself, and we video that hunt, and something exciting happens, and he says, "Hey, I want that video." You know, so for me, it's been invaluable in my marketing program and in my schedule to have my videos and post them at the right times and keep guys interested. Yeah, it's worked for me. I mean, at the moment, I've got a full-time cameraman from you that stays with me most of the season. He's always with me. We form a bond. You know, I've got a very good bond with you, but I spend a lot of time with the cameraman. He's with me every single day. We go through the same things. We go through the motions. We hunt a lot of animals. We tie it together. You know, it's a relationship that we form. And your cameraman is part of our team. That's how I see it. And yeah, in terms of the whole picture, the videos have been absolutely non-negotiable for me.
It works for you. I mean, it's a part of your business model.
Absolutely.
And clearly it's working. I mean, you go from small to massive within 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, I must tell you, most of the guys that contact me when I get emails or I get this or I get that, most of them, I mean, the first thing I ask is, where did you see me? Because I want to build on that. Or where did you hear about me for the first time? And then 9 out of 10 times it would be, I saw your videos. So they see my videos, they get redirected to my Facebook page, and then we start chatting over there, and then things progress from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to know that. I mean, we don't hear a lot of feedback about things like that. Some outfitters would hire us, do 1 or 2 hunts for the year, and then they're quiet for the next 2 years. But I mean, to hear from you that, you know, the filming's helping you in your company, that's what we're here to do.
Yeah.
We're here to help people grow.
Yeah.
And especially at our price point too. You know, we're not some of these guys charging $500-600 a day. We're less than half that.
Yeah.
And that also helps too. It makes it an affordable way of marketing.
Yeah, I just want to interrupt you there. My hearing's very bad from all the shooting. You said something about you quarter the price there for next year.
No. Well, give me double the days. We can talk. Another subject I'd like to talk to you about. Your main thing is buffalo.
Yeah.
Your main push and drive is buffalo. Now, if you go onto social media, these groups, there's a lot of banter back and forth between mainly like the Zimbabweans against the South Africans, fenced, non-fenced, we hunting free-range buffalo. It's a part of their marketing tactic. So I just want to walk through, you've got this property, this beautiful property. Naturally, there's no buffalo going from a cattle farm. Talk me through the actual process of what a client can expect, truthfully, of hunting buffalo in South Africa. From how does that animal walk here? Just your take on buffalo hunting in South Africa specifically.
Well, Morgan, I've thought about that a couple of times already. In the last 2-3 years, I've tried to differentiate between South African buffalo hunting. I mean, this year I hunted a whole bunch of buffalo in Zimbabwe, I hunted a couple of buffalo in Botswana, and I hunted a large amount in South Africa. And I mean, to have those huge wildlife areas, 200, 300, 400,000 hectares or acres, and be able to hunt in those areas is amazing. It's a lot of fun. It gives you that free range feel. It is free range. It gives you that free range feel. But ultimately, buffalo are concentrated around water. Where you've got good water and good water holes, that's where the buffalo will be. And in South Africa, we are fenced. There's a reason for that. There's diseases, there's this, there's that, there's private land ownership. We will never have those type of setups. There are some places, the Greater Kruger areas and all of that, where it's really expensive to hunt a buffalo. We have limited free range areas where you can go and hunt a Cape buffalo at a price. But I mean, on 7,000 acres, it's not easy to find a buffalo. I mean, you and I have been driving here for the last 3 days. Yesterday we saw a bull.
Yeah.
We were up and down and we saw the 3 bulls in the river.
Yes.
That was about it. So if I have to compare South African high fence hunting with Zimbabwe or Botswana or any free range areas, it is different. You know the buffalo in the area. But to go and find them, it depends on the place as well. If you go and hunt those open plains in the Free State, which I've hunted before, I mean, you can find them on my video, it's a lot easier. And if you go and hunt those thick bushed areas of Limpopo, that Kabazimbi area, that Ellis Russ area, it's so thick, it's difficult to dig a buffalo out of there. I would say that value for money, you can't go wrong in South Africa. I mean, the buffalo hunts cost you anything between 12,000 to 15,000, depending on the size and this and that. And everyone's got their own prices, their own way of doing things. And I think that's good value for money for what you get. If you've got a whole bunch of money and you want to go and do a 21-day Tanzania safari and shoot buffalo and leopard and sable and this and that, and you're going to spend 100, 150K, by all means, that's a different type of safari. Over here, we offer shorter, more compact safaris. That's not to say that they are easy. You do get places where hunting is easy or easier. But I tell you what, once you start hunting any of the reserves or farms that we hunt, once you've shot 2 or 3 buffalo for the year, then it becomes a different ballgame. They get sneaky.
They get clever.
We saw something yesterday that was very, very interesting. And it's the first time that I've seen that. You've seen it a couple of times, but it's the first time that I've seen that. So we came around a hill and we saw a buffalo bull. At first I thought it was a wildebeest. You've got very good eyes. And you said, there's a buffalo. We went close, and as he saw us, he went and lay down in the falbos, which is this grey stuff behind us. And he just disappeared. And when we went around, we saw where he was literally lying down and watching it. So at the end of the season, when buffalo get wild, it becomes a challenge no matter where you are.
Now, once the gunshots start ringing here, they're going to get educated very.
They know the deal.
This is, to me, honestly, this is a beautiful, beautiful place to hunt buffalo.
Yeah.
You've got rivers, you've got mountains, you've got rocks, you've got open sections. I mean, you've got a bit of everything, guys.
Yeah.
This is a gem for buffalo hunting, for any hunting.
Correct.
So you're going to have good success and good fun here. Yeah. It's going to be a bit tricky come mid-season, but that's what you want.
Yeah.
You want to give that experience.
Correct. So that's the reason that we chose this property. Actually, in the beginning, I I bought a farm in Limpopo in the Tabazimbi area, and it was just, firstly, it was too far from my house to drive there and hunt there, where this is about 2.5 hours. And when I came and looked at this place and I saw the hills and the valleys and the riverines and the river section, and it's just, there's just so much about it, and it's always changing. The new farm is completely different to this farm. It's all got plateaus and more open areas, and this farm is thick as hell. That's when I decided, okay, this is what we're going to start with this, and we're going to build off this. I mean, we've definitely got plans to expand. We've had help from 2 amazing people that have assisted us in purchasing the second lot of properties. They are true conservationists and hunters. I'm not going to mention names here, but they know who they are. And they get very little recognition for bringing back cattle areas into these beautiful wildlife areas that we are about to develop here now. There's scope in the future to buy another 5, 6, 7,000 acres, and then after that some more, and after that some more. So that's our plan here. Like I said, the ranch is 7,000 acres in size, and we've got another 20,000 acre low fenced cattle ranches that we can hunt kudu and warthog, and there's some waterbuck, and there's steenbuck and dyke and those type of things. And the rest we've got them all here.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
But now regarding your buffalo hunting here, you had to bring in buffalo, but you have a self-sustaining program that you're working with. Just walk me through that quickly.
Okay, so of course we had to bring in buffalo here to start off. We brought in 28 cows and a whole bunch of young bulls that we plan to grow out in the future, and then a couple of hunting bulls that are ready to hunt. And our plan eventually, over 8 years, is to produce around 12 to 15 of our own homebred bulls that were born here that we can hunt from here. And to do that, I mean, if you're planning on, say, let's work on 10 buffalo bulls, you need to have 100 bulls in stock, minimum, to be able to produce 10 bulls in 8 years' time or 10 years' time to hunt. That's an incredible amount of buffalo.
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, and it's a lot of time, and it's a lot of patience. And to do that, you need a lot of land. I mean, those buffalo eat. So if you've got 100 bulls, you're going to have 200, 300 females. You're now talking about a meta herd of about 400 animals. That's a lot of buffalo, a lot of mouths eating grass. And I mean, to get to that number, we probably had to grow until about 20,000, 30,000 acres, which is in the scope of what we're doing here.
It's a good business model.
That is the way.
It takes time, though.
It does take time. It does take time, and I mean, we'll never be able to satisfy our full market here. We're shooting now between 30 and 50 buffalo a year, so we'll never be able to produce enough bulls for ourselves. But we've got a lot of areas around here that we can go and hunt. I mean, just down the road we've got another 12,000 acres. They've got a whole bunch of buffalo there, so we hunt a lot there. Next door to me, we've got 14,000 hectares. There's a whole bunch of nice old buffalo there that hasn't been hunted for a very long time. We've got sole hunting rights there, so that makes a difference. And to go from there, from my lodge, it's about a mile to the gate, and then we've got another 14,000 hectares.
Fantastic.
Yeah, then it's right next to me. So I took all of those things in account when we were looking for property, and this one just it fits the bill.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah. Look, like we saw driving around here the last couple of days, it's not going to be a walk in the park.
No.
And rightly so. I mean, we offering our clients something different. We're offering them something special. We want them to have a tough, challenging hunt. Yes, it's high fenced. I get asked the question all the time. It's high fenced, 100% high fenced, but it's a challenge. And for blue collar guys and business guys today, they can't take a 21-day safari anymore, but they can take 7 or 10 days. That's how long they can get away from work, and this is ideal for that. You will probably get your animals. We're sure you'll get your animal, but you're gonna have to work for them.
Okay. All right. So on the point of having your own place, what made you decide that it's worthwhile for you as an operator to run your own place, to have your own place?
Okay, well, I mean, in the beginning, financially, it didn't make sense. Firstly, I didn't have the money. I still don't have the money. But I didn't have the money to do it, and I call it a freelance outfitter. I had my own business, my own clients, and hunt on different landowners' properties. And this guy's got 10 buffalo bulls that he wants to take off this year, and that guy's got this, and that guy's got sables. And as time progressed, I just realized it's an absolute necessity to be in control of things, to be in control of the food. There's a certain way that I want my clients to eat. I want them to have the best that there is. And I go to this place, and they need to make money also, so they cut corners here and there. And don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing landowners. I'm just saying that everyone's got their business model. And this guy can't give prawn and calamari starters because it's expensive. And that guy can't put the best linen in the lodges because he's got meat hunters that come in and drink on weekends and mess up his beds. So I decided, you know what, we need to buy our own property to be in control of variables. Food is not negotiable for me. The guys must eat well. We're hunting the whole day, we're tired, they're hungry, they must eat good. A clean bed, that's not negotiable. Bedding must be clean, the top of the range. Over here we've got hotel quality bedding. Our beds are brand new, our linen is new, we change the linen every 3 months, we buy again. And the stuff's still new. I take it to my house. It's still brand new. But we change it because that's the standard that we've created here. We've got a fantastic chef. I mean, you've tasted a whole bunch of his meals. He's really, really good. And then obviously trophy quality. You know, when you, as an outfitter, as a freelance outfitter, when you're sharing hunting sessions, I know that this client's coming in June, and I've now patterned a very nice kudu bull. And I know that client, he was looking for a bull like this. And it's May, and I have to go and hunt on another property, and I come back, and in June that bull's gone. He's been hunted by a different outfitter in the meantime, because we're all sharing the pool here. And you know, that got to me. I said, I want to be able to guarantee my animals, my clients, top animals. And I can work them. I can say, okay, that bull's not ready. You need to leave that bull another 2 years. Where another outfitter, and again, I'm not bashing outfitters, I'm just using examples. Another outfitter might feel that bull's ready for his client, and then he shoots that bull. And the landowners, they need to make money. The costs of owning your own property are immense. It is. It's insane. I didn't know that it was this expensive. So yeah, and also, I mean, some things that got to me were price changing. You know, a guy gives me a price for the year. I go overseas. I go to the US, or I market on my YouTube, or I market on my Facebook and whatever, and I say, okay, my kudus are going at 2,500. I'm talking about the early days. They're much more expensive than that now, but my kudus are going 2,500. And the guy said, okay, I would like to take a kudu at that price. It's a good price for a kudu bull. And we go and we hunt a farm, and we get to the farm, and the landowner says to me, listen, Bex, the prices have gone up. My kudu are now 40,000 Rand. And I go and convert the dollar price, and I say, but shit, we're going to pay in here at that price. Now I have to go and face my client and say, listen, prices have changed. 90% of clients understand it. I mean, it's not their first rodeo. But you get that 10% who are really, they get upset, and they say, but Lex, you told me it's 2,500. Now you want to charge me 3,000. That's not what we agreed on. I budgeted 2,500. What am I going to do as Lex? Shoot the kudu, and I'll pay in. Other guys, they understand it. But, you know, over here, I know I've got 10 kudu bulls that I can shoot for the year, and that's it. After that, there are no more kudu bulls. And my price is fixed. If I say that price is $5,000, $4,000, whatever kudu price is, that's what it is. In saying that, I have had to raise my prices considerably so that I can guarantee guys good quality animals and a good experience.
Yeah.
As soon as I start having to cut here, then I have to cut corners in the lodge too. You know, I have to buy cheaper food, and I have to do this and I have to do that to try and make a profit. And that was one of the deciding factors of me having my own place. Is getting, I wouldn't say messed around. I'd say I was getting Guys were changing prices on me. We were sharing hunting areas with other outfitters. And I don't blame the guys. I mean, if I book 10 hunts with a farm or a landowner and he's got 15 slots for the year, he has to find someone to fill the other 5 slots. That's pure business. We're here, I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
I've got my hunts that I'm doing here, and we still do Botswana, and we're still going to do a whole bunch of Zim hunts. But I've got more control here. I've got more control of the bigger picture.
Well, the way you run your operation, you're quite strict, and there's a quality and a service that you would like to provide, and having your own place just makes sense of it. You can control those variables.
Correct.
That's fantastic.
Correct.
Yeah, you don't have to rely on other people, and prices going up. I mean, you look at the prices of sables in the last 12 months, they've nearly doubled.
Correct. That's it. So for me, they don't double because I've already got a bunch of sable on there. The price is the price. I'm not going to quote you and tell you. Where in the past it was different. I had to. Otherwise I would have been bankrupt today. But right now I know this is what the sables cost me. This is my price. I am making profit on those sables. That's the price. If the market changes and the sables go through the roof, I've got enough to satisfy that year's safari. The safaris that I've sold, I've got enough. And that's important to me. And again, like I discussed with you, the quality of everything, of the beds, of the whatever it is, of the food, of the drinks, the this, the that, it's now at my standard. You know, it is very expensive to run like that, but I know that my clients, they'll have no complaints or no issues with the setup.
But you got the clients for that.
Yes.
That's what they expect of you.
That's it. And I mean, in the beginning, you give a whole bunch of cheap specials, and you get guys that come and they want to shoot for the cheapest, and they want to complain the most, and this and that. And then I've kind of changed my business model that I've got good clients. I've got guys that hunt with me every year. They're not just clients of mine; they're friends of mine, and we talk on a daily basis. And they know when they come here and they bring their friends and they bring their sons and they bring their daughters and they bring their wives, this is the quality you're going to get here. And that was an expensive decision to make, and I hope it pays off in the long term, but I'm sure it will.
Now, I see in all of your videos, you've got these beautiful double rifles. And a lot of your clients come with the doubles too. And, you know, in South Africa, that is it's like wanting a specific brand of boots. You've always wanted those boots. You've always wanted a client to give you a pair of Swarovski Pino. That's what we aim for in the business. And now you go double rifle, but your clients go double rifle too. What is the benefits hunting in South Africa, and why do you choose a double?
You know, Morgan, I have no. I wouldn't say I don't have a preference. I enjoy the doubles. I grew up shooting a side-by-side shotgun. I shot a lot of clay pigeons, a lot of pigeons. So shooting a double with dual triggers it comes natural to me now. I have no problem picking up my bolt action rifle and going and hunting a buffalo. Especially my 500 Jeffrey, I shoot that thing. I'm spot on with that. So it's more. I've grown into the doubles. I like having that second shot. I like the feel of it. It's very old school. It's, you know, that's what I enjoy about it. You absolutely, as a professional hunter in South Africa or anywhere in Africa, you don't need to have a double. It's a convenience thing. That second trigger is nice, but the third shot takes long. You know, to open a double and put 2 bullets in, where I can probably shoot 4 bullets out of my 500 Jeffrey faster than any guy that can shoot a double. Can shoot 4 bullets out of a double. You don't need a double rifle to hunt in South Africa or in Africa. It's a convenience thing, and there's a bit of nostalgia that goes behind it. Buffalo and doubles go together. You know, our minimum caliber is a 375. It's a very controversial subject, and I've had a lot to say about 375s. And I still stick to what I say. I mean, they have killed hundreds and thousands of buffalo, if not millions. Through time. My camp gun here is a 375. It's killed lots of buffalo. I just like clients to bring something a little bit bigger, like a 416. In fact, I'm shooting a 450-400 now. That's very similar. It's not as potent as a 416, but it's very similar ballistics. And that's a beautiful buffalo rifle. A 416 doesn't kick as much as, it doesn't have that much more recoil than a 375. And I just think you've got an extra 100 grains behind your bullet and a little bit more vuma,
Yeah.
which is beneficial. Every little bit counts with the Cape Buffalo. That being said, if the 375 is the way to go, go for it. Go for it. If you're comfortable and you make a good shot, the buffalo's going to die either way.
But your clients that come over here, you know, they see you on YouTube and you carrying this double, and it makes for beautiful footage. But now the guy comes over, he doesn't have his own double. He's got his 375. But when he gets to camp and you at the range and you know, it's inspiring to see this double, this beautiful thick cartridge. What happens to that client now?
So this is what I thought about that. So most of our clients are return clients. They come and shoot the first buffalo, and then the buffalo thing bites them. And they come for the second, and then I start talking to them, and I say, listen, it's now time to upgrade that Ruger 375 of yours and get a double rifle. And then we start looking, and they get Krieghoffs, and they get Merkels, and they get Vernies, and they get this, and they get that, and it's nice to teach them how double rifles work, and then eventually to go and hunt game with the double rifle, elephant, buffalo, this, that, all sorts of things. But for the guy who doesn't have his own rifle, I went and I thought about it. I just acquired a new 470, and what we're offering is you can rent the 470. We go out to the range. I got charging targets. I got a whole bunch of things. We practice for a day or 2 or 3 until you're comfortable, and you go and hunt your buffalo with one of my double rifles that I have here. You're only ever going to want to shoot 1 or 2 buffalo. It doesn't make sense to take out the cost, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 to buy a double rifle. You get a lot cheaper ones, but on the high end. So you can come and rent one of mine. I teach you how to use a double rifle, and we go and hunt your buffalo with a double rifle. I've got a whole bunch of doubles here, and ultimately the guy can choose. I want the 470, I want the 450, I want the 500. We're busy purchasing. I've actually already purchased a Krieghoff in 375 flange. So we've got a variety, and the guy gets that experience.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
And I think that it's been done before, but it also puts us in a different league in terms of how to hunt a buffalo. You know, everyone's got their way. I'm not saying my way is correct and my way is the only way, but I think it's part of the experience to have a double rifle, feel both those barrels in your hand, have a ammo belt full of thick, fat cartridges, and go and hunt your buffalo up close and personal on foot.
It works.
It works.
It's nice.
It's nice.
That looks good on video
Yes,
too.
in fact,
guys
let's go and
love
hunt one now.
The guys love it. I actually saw one walking here down the valley here while you were out in the field earlier.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, they like this area, yeah. There's lots to eat now.
So with you being so booked, I mean, you are fully booked all the time. From the beginning of the season to the end of the season, it's hard to get a hold of you. You don't have time. You're busy with your clients. Now you have your own place, but your family lives 3 hours away. How do you balance your family life now with being as busy as you are?
Thank God, by the grace of God, we are fully booked. But that's a good question. In the beginning, when I was hunting all over the place, this past season I spent 3.5 months in Africa, in Botswana and Zimbabwe. That was tough. My kids are small. My son, he's 6 months old, and my daughter's 5. She started with school, this, that. It's tough. Where I can't be there most of the time in town, every weekend they can be here. This is a family operation. We've got our own little chalet here. Doesn't bother anyone. All of my clients know my family. They know my kids. They know my wife. They bring their wives. So it's a very that takes the edge off things and makes it a lot easier. It's not a far drive for them. They come here after school. They go back after on a Sunday or a Monday morning, and I get to spend time with them like that. That's the only way that it works.
Yeah. Well, it must have been tough on you before hunting, northern Limpopo for 3 months.
Yeah,
Your family can't just drive up for a
No.
weekend. It's a whole day's drive there.
that was it, and that was also part of the deciding factor on getting our own property and this property. It was expensive to have my family out visiting their place. They had to pay the normal rate.
Of course, you have to pay the landowners a daily fee.
Correct. Sleeping in the beds and eating the food. It was difficult. So, and of course the distance. The farm that I had in Limpopo, that was a 9.5 hour drive from my house. Can't come on a Friday and go back on a Sunday.
Sure.
Got to come for 2-3 weeks. And with the kids in school and my wife working, it wasn't possible. And so it has definitely improved family life and changed all of that. Look, in the beginning we knew, my wife and I both knew that it's going to be a huge sacrifice. If we want to make this thing work, it's going to be a huge sacrifice, and we both sacrificed. My biggest sacrifice is time with my family. So in times like now, when it's the off season, we get to spend 4 or 5 months on the ranch together, driving around and spending family time together. In between safari, every second week they'll come here for a weekend, or when I've got 2-3 days off, I go home. Most of the time I just sleep, but at least I'm sleeping at home. So that has improved a lot. It's made a big difference.
That's good. A lot of PHs, I've been in this business my whole life, and a lot of PHs get divorced. They're away from home too long. It takes a toll on you.
It does.
You distance yourself from your kids. Your kids don't know daddy.
Yeah, and like I said, the sacrifice is time. For a PH, you can make a good living out of hunting. You can make a very good living, and you can do well, but the sacrifice, and you can do well for your family, because ultimately that's what we're here for. But the sacrifice is immense, and that is time.
Well, it's good that at a younger age you've learned that already and made that a priority in your life.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Family always comes first.
Correct. Well, I don't know about that. Buffalo is first and then family, but this is all the same.
I like that one.
I think
I like that.
let's not tell my wife about that.
Well, we'll just mute it on the podcast.
Put it in straight. She'll love it.
Well, I know you're a busy guy. You've got family coming in today. It's holiday time. I need to get back to my place. Last thing I want to talk to you about is you being so prominent on social media. You stand out on social media. You get the good and the bad. There's a lot of, we get a lot of anti-hunters complaining. That scares a lot of people, but that's a part of the business. It makes you go a little bit more viral. The people need to deal with the negativity. But then you get the other aspect of people within the hunting industry attacking you personally. And I remember this last year, there was a few incidents where people were nasty. How do you deal with that? I mean, what happens in a situation like that?
Well, like any business, you can't keep everyone happy. You're going to have the odd guy that's very salty, and you're going to have guys that that write a book or two in their lives and think they're very famous, and then you can have, like they are out there. I mean, everyone knows there's bad outfitters, there's good outfitters, there's bad PHs, there's good PHs. Like any industry, you get bad clients also. Guys that they want to shoot a whole bunch of animals, but they can't walk from here to that tree. So you've got to try your best to make things happen. In my beginning years, I wanted to prove myself, and I wanted to make things happen for guys, and I went above and beyond to do that. And so I don't engage with things like that. I'm not interested in that. I'm too busy and too focused on my business and my personal life to give attention to that kind of behavior. So of course there'll always be guys out for the jugular. It's a small industry. There'll be there's a whole bunch of guys, South African guys that have their knife out for me, and for guys that are doing well in the industry. There's a whole bunch of jealousy, and I've always said, they don't even know me. There's an open invitation to come here and get to know me and get to know who I really am. All they see is the YouTube videos and the posts and this and that, and I might come across as as a cocky person, and I suppose that is part of my personality. I don't mean it that way, and I suppose guys take it up the wrong way. And there's an open invitation: come here, free of charge. Come and sit here with me and spend a weekend with me or whatever. Especially in the off season, I have time, and get to know who I am. And if I fit the profile of what's been projected, then say so. You know,
Yeah.
those type of things have never, they haven't affected my business. They will never affect my business. The guys who know me and the guys who hunt with me regularly know what type of person I am, and that's what it's about for me.
Mm.
So I've, it's like water off a duck's back.
A lot of people can't take the negativity. They overstress about it. They worry about negative comments, just negative comments from anti-hunters. And we have to explain ourselves all the time to these anti-hunters about conservation and the value of wildlife. But then you get this small team of guys that form this clique. And they have this agenda, a bullshit agenda. And then they go and attack you. It must be very hard to just switch that off. But that's probably a part of your personality. A lot of people can't. They stress about that.
In the beginning, I was a little bit stressed out, and it was unknown waters for me. I'd never had a bad complaint before. I'd never been in a conflict situation before, and I was a little bit stressed. And then I realized that what can I do about it? Nothing. I'm not the type of person to go out there and slander someone or bash someone on social medias and this and that. That's not what I'm doing, why I do what I do. I do what I do because I love it.
I find it that specific incident was attention seeking.
I suppose so. And I mean, and yes, it was. And, you know, the client involved in all of that, we were very good friends. And, you know, as much as it hurts me to see the lengths that a person can go to try and ruin me and my business and my way of earning an income and feeding my family, I feel sorry for people like that. You know, what kind of life do those type of people live? I mean, since then, a whole bunch of stories have come out about hunts in Greenland and hunts in the UK, and where this is a recurring pattern. And I can't help but feel sorry for people like that. I don't wish any bad on anyone. I don't wish any bad on clients. I don't wish any bad on agents. I don't wish any bad on influencers out there.
Yeah.
That's not my type of personality. I'm not the type to go balls to the wall and fight with people. I'd rather go and hunt a buffalo.
No, good on you. I mean, it takes a real man to do what you're doing and brush it off and leave it and not say anything, because some of those accusations are terrible. Terrible.
Yeah.
And you just let it lie. And then they go to the extent of using another guy's platform to get the word out there even more. And then you do a bit of a deep dive on that person's platform, and you find most of those followers aren't even real, because the banter that's happening is just between three parties. But you've got all of these followers and subscribers, and there's nobody viewing this content. So I found it just very distasteful, the way they tried to approach it. If you had an unhappy client, he needs to deal with you personally on that matter. But to involve other parties to try and get the word out there and destroy somebody, it's completely unethical. You're actually hurting the safari industry as a whole more by doing it the way you're doing it. The guy could have just been on the email back and forth with you personally or on the phone. You guys could have sorted it out amicably.
Well, look, we did go that route, and we went the mediation route, and I mean, none of those worked. There's conspiracy theories about every single person. And I haven't looked at the content for a very, very long time. Every now and then I get a message from a random person saying, "Oh, you've been mentioned," or "Oh, I don't engage in stuff like that. I'm not interested in stuff like that. I feel more pity than anything else."
Yeah.
And and over time, as things have come out later, it's a lot has made sense to me, and a lot has made sense to any person out there with two brain cells that can put one and one together and realize, oh shit, this is not it was projected to us. And like I say, I wish no harm on anyone. Things have been said about me. I still have compassion for those people. I don't want anything bad. I don't wish anything bad on those people, and I just hope that they live their lives out in peace, and most importantly, that they keep supporting hunting.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, this is my passion. This is my love. It's not only about making money. Of course, I have to make money, but I love the hunting industry. I love to go open my social media and see, this guy shot this or that guy shot that. That's awesome. And then I screenshot those pictures and I send it on my little closed WhatsApp group with the guys that work for me, and I say, look how awesome this kudu is. This is what we're looking for. Look how awesome this buffalo is. Yes, look at this.
Yeah.
And then we discuss these things. We look and we say, this buffalo, they shot it, could have gone another year. We must make sure that we shoot buffalo like this. We want them super hard, and we want this, and we want that. I'm very critical on myself for things like that. So getting back to the point is that I actually couldn't give a shit. Say what you got to say and do what you got to do.
You do you.
You do you, and if that makes you happy, great. I'm doing what makes me happy, and I live my passion every day.
Well, you're a good man for looking at it like that. Because for me personally, I find it very unnecessary, and it pisses me off if I look at the childishness on how this was all dragged out. I mean, it's quiet now, but when it was happening, it was so bloody unnecessary. And I mean, it did not affect your clientele. It did not affect your next season. If anything, it helped you.
It definitely put my name out there, and I definitely got a whole bunch more interactions with people because of it. And I mean, honestly speaking, I think it did more good than anything else. I don't want to say it because then it's going to be a whole other thing. But I mean, the nasty side of it was, things were said about my wife and my kids and my family, and personally, things that weren't true firstly, and things that are quite disturbing when it comes to a man's family and his kids, and things like that. The most recent one I received was that one of the people there hoped that my wife gives birth to a black baby. Now, firstly, that I find that extremely racial, and secondly, why would you say something like that about someone? And then, then I took a step back, and I've got a major support system through this. There's been amazing people that have had my back and really supported me. Morgan, you've been one of them since the beginning, and I appreciate that, and I'll never forget that. Especially when I was going through a really tough time, you were there for me, and that I'll never forget. But my support system said, let's just take a step back and look at it from the outside and look at it as a whole and see where it comes from. I did that, and I looked and I said, you know what? Say what you want about me and my family. It doesn't affect us.
Good on you.
We are here for the long term. We're in this industry for the long term. The guys that want to cut our throats are more than welcome to keep trying. You guys are doing it anyway, so you might as well continue. But we're not going to give up that easy.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Good on you.
And right now where I'm sitting, we have a very fantastic season next year. And you've seen the bookings yourself. It looks good, and let's just hope it continues.
But what, with your attitude and your drive, what you're doing here, it can only progress.
Yeah.
You've got the right mindset for this. You understand what a client deserves, and you're not trying to cut corners. And somebody with that mindset can only go forward. Only go forward.
That's what we're trying to do. And I mean, ultimately, I've made mistakes. I'm a young man in a new industry for me, and I've made mistakes, and I've taken ownership of those mistakes, and I've apologized for those mistakes, and I think about it. I think about where did I go wrong? What have I done? I'm very critical on myself. I want to give the best that I possibly can. And those type of things have changed my entire operation. They've changed how I think. They've changed how I behave. They've changed how our setup is. They've changed everything for me. So it's not as if I don't learn from my mistakes. I'm learning from them, and I'm putting them to good use.
It's growing pains.
It's growing pains, of course. It's a new business. It's new to me, and And if there's any outfitter out there or operator out there that hasn't made mistakes, and then congratulations, because I've made the mistakes and I paid for them dearly, and all that I can say is that going forward we've learned, and we're gonna do better, and we're gonna be better, and we're already better, and we're gonna continue to push hard.
Yeah.
And we're not going anywhere. Not yet.
Well, all the best for the upcoming season and your marketing trip.
Thank you.
And I know you're so busy. Take it easy now in the next 3 weeks that you have off. Take it easy.
I will. I'm going to try my best. It's difficult when I see a buffalo. So I just want to be with them the whole time.
Well, don't go on game drives.
I'm trying.
Spend time with the family. You're
Yeah.
a beautiful family.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
And thank you so much for your time here on the podcast. I
Thank
really
you for
appreciate
having
it.
us here. Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to be on your podcast, Morgan. That was when you said you want to do something like this. I was so excited, and I can't wait to see the final product.
Yeah.
What I do have to say to close us out is, if you want to come and hunt a real Cape buffalo, follow me. You can find me on www.alessafaris.com. You can email me at info@alessafaris.com. You can follow my Facebook page, Lex Strauss Hunting Safaris, and contact me. Let's set it up and let's hunt together.
I'll put all of Lex's details in the description below. I'll put some links to some videos of his up here. Yeah. And let's get this ball rolling.
That'll be
You
awesome.
guys can't go wrong hunting with this chap. I mean, proper buffalo hunting. Really, I mean, good job. I mean, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Right.
for coming out here.